Y pues llegamos ya.
We're coming to the end of this summer course on cultural policies in Europe in the face of integration challenges, citizens' participation, active citizenship, and European identity. We have had between the 5th and the 7th of October of 2016 in the Royal Monastery of Yuste, 20 panelists who have been inside these walls to debate on the role of culture and cultural policies in Europe in the face of those challenges that Europe is facing. As everything has been registered and you have been very attentive, I don't want to collect the conclusions. It would be impossible to summarize all the amount of ideas that have been expressed here, but in a very special way, I wish to thank all the people who have been behind the organization of this event that I think and hope that has been enriching for you and that you go back to your places with new ideas and concepts, new visions, with the opportunity of having also enriched your personal relations between your peers here in the meals, in the other activities, but also with the panelists. We have tried to foster moments where you could meet each other and talk and debate in a direct manner, bilaterally, more personal, with those who have carried out the weight of these sessions, people who have come from far to convey their experience, their life itinerary, the scholars, all the results of their research. As I said, this is the moment of acknowledgement to the invisible team of the foundation, who hasn't been appearing in front of the cameras but is behind, all the team of the foundation, Rafael, Fernando, Beatriz, Nuria, María José, and the director, of course, is here, Juan Carlos, the interpreting team, who has been thanked enormously for the work they have carried out, and I assume the guilt that I have for charging the agenda. They have made it possible that the language has not been a barrier, because they have made an effort which is beyond the one that they were required, and always with a smile, and I think they deserve a round of applause. The realization team that has been there cautioning us when we had to be alert, and they have facilitated us not only that this remains between these walls, but also we will go beyond. You will receive the links to the videos that have been recorded in the two languages, so that we will be able to reach a much wider public. Either those who speak Spanish or English will, and you yourselves, you can go back to the panels, or if you want to share with your friends, you can do that through internet and in our YouTube channel. Do not hesitate to disseminate it, to share it as much as you can, because that will also help us to make our work better known We want to have the widest audience possible. Thank you. As participants, you have made a great effort. First, coming from where you come, showing an interest in these topics. And this is perhaps a conclusion. We have made a call, and I want to underscore a word, the concept of individual, and the importance of the citizen, each individual, to fight so that the culture can play an important role in the building of Europe and in the development of the future Europe that we all wish. I think we're all here convinced, and I hope those who weren't now they are, of what culture means in Europe. From now on, you are ambassadors of that ideal of Europe that we advocate in the goals of our foundation and the other entities that have been here during these days. So I wish to thank you for your attention, your patience. Some days have been more dense than others, but be sure that it has been to try and make the most of the resources we had, particularly human resources who have come here to share their knowledge and their experience with us. So thank you all, and I hope you take a good souvenir from Yuste. Not always is as beautiful as it is now, but most of the time throughout the year, this is the beauty we enjoy. This is a forum of learning and of knowledge transmission, value transmissions. Please do convey that to all the people. We do as much as we can to improve. An evaluation sheet is going to be circulated so that you can help us to improve or proposals of things that you may suggest for the future. We want this to continue being for the last 20 years so that we can also adapt as well to new circumstances and new forms of transmission of these ideas and knowledge. I will stop here. My role finishes here. We have the honor to have here the mayor. Perhaps you met him yesterday as we visited the village of Yuste.
Pero también quería
Cuacos.
palabras en esta.
He wants to say something in this closing moment. Thank you, and I hope we can see each other in activities like this. Thank you.
Alcalde.
Mayor. Good afternoon to you all.
Bonjour. Ya me quedo.
We've met before. I can see that some people have already left. Some of those who went to the visit in Cuacos de Yuste, they will be able to see in internet this from internet, and you will see the mayor of Cuacos in YouTube. Now talking serious, as mayor of this singular place, is a real pride for me to be here with you, to contribute with my point of view in the closing of this interesting course that is finishing. Cultural policies in the face of the integration challenges, citizens' participation, active citizenship, and European identity. I don't know why titles should be so long. At the same time, I wish to thank again the European Academy of Yuste Foundation and the government of Extremadura and all the institutions that make possible these courses for having invited me, and as the main representative of the host municipality. It looks a bit strange, but anyway, thank you for sharing with us the people from Cuacos, Cuacoreños. We have a legend behind. You probably have seen something about that. A brief closing speech is not easy because one has to leave a good memory in the participants, and it is difficult to recapitulate as in any master class after extraordinary panelists. The mayor of a place where 1556 the Emperor of Charles V retired from an empire where the sun never set. Miguel de Cervantes, our universal writer, said that who reads a lot and walks a lot knows a lot. I believe that it's good to read critically, knowing what we have in our hands, although if it is a vanity magazine, but it is more profitable to read the Quixote, because the culture that are called by Peter Inke the deplorables is nurtured from memory, which is not shared and that is individualistic, and it's also culture. And here we touch upon the idea that Nietzsche had of culture, an illusion of man between the vital and what he thought it was the superego. This makes important something that is interesting to deepen in our democracies, which you have seen in your panels, the generation of empathy with whom thinks and the ability to build together. What is clear is that without a common cultural basis, it is difficult to realize the integration process so much acclaimed in this course. A common cultural base means to know the diagnosis of the disease and to approach better the treatment. I'm about to finish. Changing the subject, and in order to achieve the integration of the Extremadura society in globalization for equality, we have the recently approved Law 12-2 of equality of LBTG, against discrimination of gender identity and sexual orientation, which makes our regional government one of the most advanced societies at national and international level. These are things that would have been dealt with by Pilar Velasco, who wasn't able to be here, but she would have dealt of equality and the way to integrate gender issues. I don't want to finish without finishing that on the 2nd of October, the root of the emperor received the European label on behalf of the European Commission. Every weekend in February commemorates the last trip made by Charles V from the Parador of Jarandilla to his last retreat in the monastery of Yuste, while the small palace was built close to the monastery. More than 5,000 people participate here every year. I congratulate for the work that the new director is carrying out, Juan Carlos Moreno Piñero, and all the team of the foundation, the different panelists, and all of you, the participants, that thanks your interest for learning is who make possible these courses. I don't want to finish without mentioning this area of La Vera and Cuacos de Yuste, my own village. There are good things, which are many, and this marvelous climate that in autumn has a bright sun, which invites you to participate in gastronomy, culture, traditions, history, the natural environment, and our people, which is our best treasure. And a big hug to you all, and remember us wherever you are.
Bueno, ya para cerrar, he querido dejar
To close, the final acknowledgements will be in charge of the University of Extremadura, which is a building block of these summer courses. In fact, the summer courses are within the framework of the University of Extremadura summer courses. And as foundation, it is an honor for us to be hand in hand, working together with the university as we have been doing throughout this year. Throughout these years, when we contacted Pilar Mogollón, she had already been on numerous occasions as deputy rector, as panelist, as director, of course, and she accepted gladly this challenge. We have worked a lot, and particularly during the last month, in order to have everything ready, although conversations started in June, and she's the one that is going to close this course. So thank you personally for your support, for your help, for your trust in this course, and nothing else. Thank you for being here.
Muchas gracias, Miguel Ángel. Soy yo la que tiene que agradecer.
Thank you. It is me who has to thank you for thinking of me and to address to us, although you already had an idea quite in an advanced stage when you contacted me. You had in your mind the project and the idea. My job was to contribute with what I could do from the academic point of view, because you had the program very much in your mind. So it's been a pleasure to be together with you and to participate in this course on cultural policies in Europe in the face of integration challenges. Very intense, very active, very tiresome, because we have been many hours listening to more than 20 panelists, and I don't want to elaborate any longer, but I was thinking a moment before, we have seen like pieces of a jigsaw puzzle. Each one is taking those jigsaw puzzle pieces, and we're not propose conclusions. Each one will make their own summary from their own approach. Everyone will prepare from this on their project in the future. So, on behalf of the University of Extremadura, it is a pleasure to be here representing my institution to close these courses, and also this particular course of the university, on behalf of the rector and of the European Academy Foundation and the director, that this course is adjourned.